when I researching, I got to know that there is a comet which is named on your name. So can you tell about this, how that discovery led, and what are the sequence that made you to discover that one?
Yes, so this was a very unexpected and wonderful surprise. So I was an undergraduate student at my university, and I was just learning about astronomy. I was majoring in physics because I really thought physics would keep a lot of options open because I didn't know what I wanted to do. That's right. I was at MIT. And I had taken just like 1 or 2 introductory classes about astronomy, and I was fascinated by it. And there was a professor there. His name was Professor Jim Elliott, and he every year took a group of students out to a real observatory where scientists did professional observations. This one was called Lowell Observatory. It's famous because this is where Pluto was discovered. But Lowell is in the state of Arizona, and we went in January for a 2-week, what they call a field camp, to learn about astronomy. So I just went along to learn the basics. And yet the first day I was there, I was working with one of the astronomers there, Dr. Bowl is his name. And he was teaching me how to look on photographs that had been taken through the big telescope out there of the sky, and to analyze them to see if I could see asteroids. So asteroids are small rocky bodies nearby in our solar system, and they move relative to the background stars if you take multiple images of them. So I was looking for things that moved between images, and I was failing. I wasn't finding any asteroids. My project was to find asteroids. But I did find this other object that had a different appearance, and it looked kind of like a comet. So I brought it to the attention of my mentor there, and we measured the position of this object, and then we went back out with the telescope to see if we could find it again. And the astronomer who was actually taking the pictures was named Wiseman-Skiff. And we did find it again. And so there's an official worldwide organization that officially names newly discovered asteroids and comets. So I didn't have anything to do with naming it, but they named it after myself and the astronomer Brian Skiff. So it's called Comet Wiseman-Skiff. And I was, just amazed. I went on then to observe and study that comet for months. And it became my senior research project. So for my undergraduate degree, we were required to do a research project.
You just found one comet in your life.
So I found the comet, and then I observed it and studied its composition. For the next several months, I used a different telescope to study it. And so that was a wonderful way to really accelerate my entrance into the field of astronomy. And I call it my informally my answer to prayer comet, because I was concerned. It was my senior year. I didn't even have a topic yet for my research project, which is a requirement. And so in my own Christian faith, we pray, and I was asking God for help. And then this discovery happened. And so I'm so thankful to God for this comet. And it helps me now. It's decades ago this happened, but every time I hear about it or talk about it, I think about that many of the things that we receive in life are actually gifts, because I've done a lot of research since then. I've worked hard. I've done, I think, some good research. But what people always want to ask me about is the comet, which was basically a gift. Yes.